Hey Warriors fans, I'm Scott Warris. Time to talk with another Student Athlete of the Week in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and let the record show, for the second time in the last 3 weeks, men's soccer defensive Student Athlete of the Week in the conference is goalkeeper Puma Galvan. Puma, welcome back. You're our first timer. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Seventh time you've won the Player of the Week award in your illustrious career. Team's playing really well right now. You recorded your 6th shutout of the season, 3-0 over Lakeland, a couple of saves and a 2-1 win over Benny. Just, I guess, recap last week, what went right for you, but more importantly for the team, as always.
No, I mean, first of all, all the credit goes to the team, to the players, particularly the defense. Our center back, our core defensively has been outstanding this whole season so far. That is why I'm getting all these recognitions. But seriously, all credit goes to them. They deserve the spotlight. And soon, I mean, we had to recover just like last time. Last time we met and talked about, we had to recover from a loss on the weekend away from home. I think that was against Rockford. In this case, it was against Edgewood, and we did exactly that. We recovered. We had to bounce back to winning ways. And no better way to do it at home, since, and I believe we're undefeated at home for the past season or two seasons in.
Well, this year alone, 5-0-1 as we sit here and tape this midweek. Why have you guys been so good on the home pitch this year? How would you explain and describe it?
I think it's mandatory. You have to protect the net, protect the home turf. We wanted to do that at the start of the season. We wanted to set records again, similar to last season, what we did at home. A record that we were looking at possibly completing this year was not conceding any goals at home. But unfortunately, it happened this past game. But the important thing is to get the 3 points and to win. So we're looking at it as an advantage. It's grass. We're the only grass team in the league, and we have to make our home turf really stand out and make it a fortress, as they say. So we want to complicate it for every team that comes into our ground.
What does that playing surface mean in terms of an advantage? How do you scheme and how do you game plan, considering the grass surface that you guys play on and very few, if anybody else, does?
Sometimes it's honestly we just play our own game. We just play the game of soccer. I prefer grass than turf. Others prefer turf than grass, obviously, and just those night games under the lights. Grass is just nice and clean, and it's slippery there to just play a simple game of soccer. But it's just an advantage. I see it. Other teams are struggling to beat us at home, and we just look at it that way.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about a big matchup coming up on Wednesday night against St. Norbert. But I want to take a step back. When we talked, you and I talked 2 weeks ago when you won the Player of the Week award then, and you alluded to something that we didn't get a chance to get into much of, and that was the summer of 2021. So I'm going to go back a couple of years here, and the torn Achilles that you suffered. For folks who don't know that story of recovery and rehabilitation, how are you better for that process now, as painful as that was then? And what advice might you give to folks who have to go through other, ailments and whatnot over the course of their season?
No, I mean everyone has a different story in terms of injury. This one obviously hit hard because it was my first time really getting injured, or really having to be away from the game. So I had to find different hobbies. I had to really step away from soccer, and it was hard. At times I felt alienated from the rest of the team sometimes. But in terms of recovery, I mean, my advice is remember why you're doing it. Remember why you started. I'm someone who likes to finish what I started, and I need to finish my career obviously in a high. In terms of recovery, it was very difficult, really. Especially during that season where I got hurt, just looking at my teammates just playing, like how much I wish I could be there. I remember the first game I came back from surgery to watch. I almost teared up. There's so many nights I was really struggling, but I really had to prepare. I was told actually I'd be back in a year and 2 months. So my estimation to return was October of 2022 last year. But with a lot of hard work, dedication in therapy, and I was able to do that in 8 months. So I came back pretty early. I was already training during the spring season, and just because I came back doesn't mean that's done. I had goals individually and as a team, and I really wanted to again, like I said, finish on a high after this recovery, and it was a good season.
Well, no, I'm glad you dive into that a little bit, because every athlete at some point in their year or in their career will face some sort of adversity, injury-wise or other, and it's important to hear that. Another thing that I want to have a little fun with you on here is the art of the PK, the penalty kick, and from the goalkeeper, All-American, oh, by the way, goalkeeper perspective. Puma, as a fan sitting in the bleachers watching a goalie try to defend a penalty kick, it's just you and the opponent and the ball. How much of it is guesswork, and how much of it is scouting, knowing, all right, they have a propensity to go left or right or up or down or whatever? Take us through that process, because I think that moment is one of the real interesting moments in all of sports.
Yeah, it's for goalkeepers, it's a moment of shine. It's always the goal scorers, it's always the field players. But for goalkeepers, I look at it as the one opportunity that I can really stand out and make something for the team, like a huge save on a penalty kick. Every goalkeeper is different. Every goalkeeper approaches it differently. For me, sometimes it's a coin toss. It's 50-50. Either it goes in or it doesn't. Another part of me is it's all mind games. It's a little tricky, because I personally like to get in their heads. I like to play with them. I talk. I do my talking. I do my thing. Anything to really distract them. And so I don't know.
Can you tell when it works? I mean, obviously, if they miss it and you make a save, it ultimately works. Can you tell when you've gotten in their heads to the point where, oh, I got him good?
Their looks. They start looking nervous. And I can already tell. Like, and when I notice that, I tell them, you already missed it, man. You already either you skied it over, or you already missed it because you look nervous. Or sometimes I say, hey, give it to your number 10, or give it to somebody else because you don't look ready. And but at the end of the day, it's just those mind games for me. It's just part of the game. Those who know me well, I respect all my opponents and my teammates. I respect every individual that plays this game. So no really hard feelings, nothing to disrespect, but it's just part.
It's all part of the game?
It's part of the art, yeah.
It's all part of the art. Okay, and then real quickly here, last year, shoe was on the other foot. Coach Litke calls on you to take the penalty kick for your team. I mean, what's going through your mind as all of a sudden you're in the position of having to score on somebody else? That's wild to me.
No, I mean, first of all, you have to be confident. If you're not confident to shoot a penalty kick, then there's really it's going to be really hard for you. I was actually the penalty kick taker for my club team as a goalie, and then for my high school team as a field player. So, I mean, I guess I had a little bit of experience there. But no, I mean, it's something you have to practice for sure. And that's something I did during the summer, practice penalty kicks, because we lost an important player like Jason this year, and it was up to like who's really going to step up next. So we had Tony. He scored a couple of penalty kicks. Unfortunately, we didn't score one on Saturday. But I mean, it's all part of the game, and I feel like whenever he's not on, maybe it's my turn or anybody who's willing to step up.
So do you think, and we'll end on this, do you think you have an advantage by being a goalkeeper taking a penalty kick when it comes to that mind game and that psychological element?
Yeah.
You have an advantage there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't know how to explain, but yeah,
No,
definitely.
you don't have to sell me. And confidence is a big part of it. And
Yeah.
talent and confidence, you exude it both. All right, Puma Galvan, two-time Player of the Week award winner, the first one we've had all year. We're going to have fun again. I took out last time's card, so we're not going to have that one. So I have 3 new cards for you here. Pick a category of questions, and we'll rattle them off. Are you reading through it? No, you can't.
No,
see
I
it.
cannot.
Okay.
Let's do this one right here.
Okay. The category is food. Category is food. First answer that comes to mind. What breakfast cereal could you eat at every meal for a week?
Frosted Flakes.
Good choice. Your most hated Halloween candy every year was or is?
Anything with peanut butter.
No peanut butter.
No,
There's no Reese's or anything.
oh, wow. No.
Fritos or Doritos?
Doritos. Doritos with hot sauce and lemon.
What is your go-to late night snack?
Late night snack. Doritos or Lay's with hot sauce.
Okay, all right. So same answer as the last
Yeah.
one. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? One of the great debates.
Yeah. Why not?
And your wild card question is this. And I've been looking forward to asking you this one.
Boy.
How did you come about getting the name Puma?
Puma.
This is good.
Puma comes from, well, there's a soccer team in Mexico called Pumas. That's my first love. That's my one team I support till the day I'm dead. And that came around with my dad being a fan, and growing up, he would dress me up with Puma gear, everything Puma, every time they played on Sunday mornings. And then I had a little brother, obviously, and then my neighbor, who we got together playing soccer, he kept asking me, hey, what's your brother's name? Just kind of joking around, like, what's your name? He would always say Puma. It was never Alberto. Alberto's kind of like, It was always Puma. And then from there, I joined his local team or a local league there with him, and then he would tell everybody, hey, his name is Puma. And then from there, from local, I started kind of going into a bigger, with a soccer club. They all know me as Puma. Now we're from high school, and now we're here. And a lot of people don't know my real name, which is good, but I don't know. Puma just fits in with the soccer aspect. It's just I can't really see myself as, it's Alberto in goal.
And everywhere you look, online, on the website, anywhere, it's all Puma all the time. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Keep it rolling. 2-time NACC Player of the Week.